All right. This is Scare Talk. I am Danny, and I'm here with Christmas Katrina.
Hey!
And we got Jerusalem Joel.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't know.
I like it.
Jerusalem is serious.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say you could do Bethlehem, but then he's not Joel.
That's not,
Bethlehem Ben.
All right. So, on the 12th day of Christmas.
Scaremas.
On the 12th day of Scaremas, my
right
true
once,
love.
so.
Yeah, I think a few. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna start over.
Okay.
Okay.
On the 12th day of Scaremas, my true love gave to me. Better Watch Out, Christmas Bloody Christmas, The Thing, Nutcracker Massacre, 30 Days of Night, a compilation list of 2023. All the creatures were stirring, the bottom 5 of the year, Dreamcatcher, top 10 of the year, A Creature Was Stirring, and now the top 5 Christmas horror movies.
Whew.
Here we are.
It's been a journey.
All right. Well, we hope you guys are having a wonderful holiday. It's Christmas
the most
Eve.
magical time of the year.
Christmas Eve time.
Woo!
All right. So let's open the gifts.
Oh my god.
Let's start with Katrina.
Okay.
Your number 5 Christmas horror film.
Number 5, Christmas horror film that I
Favorite.
see. Yes, Joel's like, these are supposed to be your favorite. Okay, that I see as a horror movie, and is only number 5 because there has been debate on whether it's a horror movie.
Okay.
But I
know
do
what
see it as a horror movie. Is
It's not.
It is. And it's absolutely 100% Christmas. It is called Violent Night.
Not a horror movie.
Joel,
Hey,
what do you weigh in on this debate?
So yes, because it has some like pretty gory moments. You guys did Unhinged with Russell Crowe a couple years ago. So
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
if that's a horror movie, then Violent Night could be considered one as well. So
Yeah.
Okay.
it's
My argument.
Let's hear it.
The gore and the violence is coming from the hero of the story. Unhinged is the villain causing the violence. And so I think that's the difference, because you can take, a lot of movies where there's a hero and there's gore and violence, like Quentin Tarantino. Like, a lot of his movies have that. They're not horror movies.
Maybe Pulp Fiction is.
I don't know about that. So my stance is, if this Santa in Violent Night was like the villain, then I'd say, yeah, it's a horror movie. But he's the hero. He's like John McClane, basically.
yeah, this is people's Christmas Die Hard movie. But
This is
so this movie may or may not be on my list as well.
Oh
And it's because of this argument that it's like, okay, well, technically, it is an action thriller. It's an action movie, like, first and foremost. And yes, Santa is the one doing all the, gory moments. But he's doing it they're still being performed. They're not being it. Yeah. So, and I was taking the like unhinged approach as well to like,
Yeah.
it's,
yeah.
it's very
Yeah,
similar.
but I already debunked that.
Well,
Yeah, but that was
and-
before I already had it on my list, and I'm not going to remove it.
Okay. Wait,
And-
it is on your list?
it may or may not
It
be.
may or may not be on my list.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Here's the other part, though. People are invading the house just like
True.
strangers. Okay.
Yeah, they're
So-
creeping around with their
Yeah.
masks and stuff,
Yeah.
stabbing
Yeah.
people.
There,
and,
you've got a lot of
I didn't
horror
know about
in
that.
this.
Murdering people.
So-
like,
John
Yeah.
Leguizamo, man, he's a scary guy. No, he did a pretty good job actually as a
he
villain.
did, yeah.
It was a good movie,
Yeah, it is.
and
a good movie.
it's a good horror movie.
Okay.
All right,
All right, Joel. Is this number
All
5?
right.
what's
for
your
you,
number
or-
5?
My number 5 is a little film that we watched recently called Better Watch Out.
Oh,
I actually like that
okay.
one a lot more than I thought I was going to. And
Okay.
that twist was really clever and really good. So,
All right.
so
Katrina,
I guess not technically a Christmas
how do
movie.
you feel about that one?
Well, what's so
Yeah.
funny? It is definitely a Christmas. Oh wait, no,
Not a
no, we
Christmas
decided
movie.
it wasn't a
It's not
Christmas
at
movie.
all.
That's why it's not on my list. That's why it's not even on my list of movies. Yeah, Joel, that's not a Christmas movie.
You just
Well,
said
it's my
all
number
nice.
5 too.
So-
so-
Oh no,
Oh.
you guys! So all of our number 5s don't count. Mine's
We'll get
not
into the real
horror.
list now.
Yeah.
And theirs isn't Christmas. Yeah, that one you can absolutely take Christmas out of that movie. It could
Yeah.
be a babysitter movie. It's
But
not a
the
Christmas
title's
movie.
Better Watch Out. That's a Santa thing. So
Yeah.
that's a Christmas.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
you better watch out about a lot of stuff.
Look at that title. It's automatic.
Yeah, you can't argue with
I
titles.
really did not get that connection until just
Oh,
now.
wow.
So
Better watch
really?
out. Better not
Nice.
cry.
yeah.
Yep.
Better not pout.
I'm telling you
Tell me
why.
Okay, well, now that we got those out of the way, by the way, if you guys didn't know, we did review Better Watch Out. It was the first day of Scaremas, if you were paying attention to my long list.
Jingle.
Yeah, so go back to 12 days ago and you will see Better Watch Out as one of the films that we reviewed.
Yes.
But now let's go to number 4. Katrina, what do you got? Hopefully
Number
it's better
4
than 5.
is our guy right here, Krampus.
Ah, good one. Very much a Christmas movie.
Very Christmas. Yeah, Krampus is a fun one.
Yeah.
Very fun.
This one. So the same Mike Dougherty or something like that. Dougherty.
Yeah,
he's the director.
Yeah.
He did Trick or Treat.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Oh, he did
Um,
Trick or
he's
Treat.
doing-
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can
He's
see
doing a
that.
sequel to it.
Yeah, he's gonna do a Trick or Treat too at some point.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trick or treat.
That would be a good title, Trick or Treat. But he does a good job with these like holiday themed
Yeah.
horror films, at least these two.
Yeah.
Krampus, very, very Christmassy and has a Christmas like message.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right, Joel. Number 4.
All right. Number 4 is Krampus.
Oh, wow.
List.
Yeah. I mean, there's only so many Christmas movies, and especially if you're going by Katrina's, although I guess that was technically my way. I kind of brought her into that, but
Yeah.
so I have a couple of them like that on my list, but not all of them. But yeah, Krampus is definitely a Christmas movie, and
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun. I remember doing this episode with you guys and was like kind of torn between if this was like a fun movie or like if it's trying to take itself seriously, because it's very
Yeah.
imbalanced in that way. Like there's some pretty not terrifying for like adults, but like if you were a kid or something watching this, it's got some pretty terrifying moments in there, but there's also enough comedy to kind of like weigh the difference, which is probably what caused it from being an R-rated movie. Got to have some levity in your movies, but Yeah, so I really enjoyed it. The acting was really good from everybody, and the story was good, and the creatures were really cool looking. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
Well,
definitely
and
The
I
gingerbread
think,
men and
yes,
yeah.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
And I think you need some of that fun
yeah.
if you're going to do
Mm,
a Christmas horror.
Yeah.
yeah.
I agree.
Mm,
Yeah, like I said, he did a good job with Trick or Treat. Very similar with this
yeah.
one, with the theme and the characters and stuff. So I look
Mhm.
forward to a Krampus 2. Well,
Yeah.
there are other Krampus movies, but they are not like part of this version of
Yeah.
Krampus.
There's some really bad Krampus movies.
Yeah, so don't go and watch those and think that they're connected because they're not. But I did hear that a Krampus 2 is also like supposed to happen eventually. So
I can see with like a
Okay.
different group of like a different family, different group
Yeah,
of
different
you could
family
do that
for
people.
sure.
all
You can
over and
continue
over
this
again.
forever.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah,
Krampus
Krampus,
2,
Every
3,
year.
4, keep going.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Krampus is everlasting. So
Yeah.
Hey guys, I wanted to ask you, why did we choose Zencaster to do our podcast?
it's a good question.
Yeah, it is. So we had gone to a bunch of different companies, different sites, and either the quality wasn't great or the pricing just wasn't in our wasn't what we were wanting to pay. But then we went to Zencaster, and the quality was really good, and the price was very affordable too. So we've been with them for about 6 months or so,
Yeah.
maybe slightly less. And yeah, it's been really good so far. So yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I remember when you guys were looking around.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah,
okay.
what I like about Zencaster is the like ease of it. It's really easy to set up a recording, to invite Joel. We have to invite Joel into the recording, and then after there's like some post production that you can do. You can do some editing after you're done. So it's like an all in one type of service.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
why it doesn't take you as long
Yeah,
to do all the editing.
yeah,
Because guys, it used to take him all night. Now he gets it done pretty quick. He does a bunch of episodes all together.
mm-hmm.
So yeah. Okay, so we actually have a deal for you guys. If you go to zencaster.com/pricing and use my code ScareTalk, and you'll get 30% off your first month of any Zencaster paid plan. I want you to have the same easy experience I get for all my podcasting and content needs. It's your time to share your story.
yes.
All right, now we're gonna get serious.
Oh man.
What's your number 4?
Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Okay.
This one is intense. With at least the first half is really, man, this poor boy, this poor kid, he's been through a lot. Seeing what Santa did to his
Oh,
parents,
that one.
going
Okay.
through the orphanage and the nuns and
Yeah.
their style of discipline, and then how triggered he got once he got this job and he became Santa. So it's a very serious movie
Yeah.
up until he becomes Santa. Then it's like this cheesy 80s slasher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like the music and stuff is really, really good, really intense. And there's one scene that was really like funny because it goes from this like intense story, and then there's a transition where there's like this Christmas song, which I'd never heard before. It was like just for the movie, I guess. But it's like all upbeat and fun and everything, and it's like the transition to him going into adulthood.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like out of nowhere, like It's like supposed to be like, okay, things are getting better, and
Mhm.
it's supposed to change the like tone of the movie. So it was just like, and it was like a full song too. It wasn't just like a little piece of a song. It was like we were watching a music video or something, because it was like the full song. And it was, yeah. So I don't know. I like it. It's not a long movie. I think it's like 80 minutes. It's a pretty short
Mhm.
movie. Some cool kills. Punish and naughty, and
Yeah.
how he would say these things when he would.
Bad dialogue.
Not the best writing.
Better than the
And
second
so
one though.
that's what I hear. I haven't seen the second one.
Yeah.
I kind of want to watch it just because it's supposed to be so bad.
Supposed to have like some of the like worst acting of like all time
Yeah,
in that movie.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I heard that like the first half of the movie is just like a recap.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Of the first, yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of a pointless movie at the same time.
Yeah.
But there is like multiple versions of this movie. So we recently bought this movie, but it's the or like the director's cut, or like the unrated version
Yeah,
or something.
unrated, I think it was.
And so if you watch that version, there are certain scenes where the quality of the video quality really drops like
Yeah.
significantly. And it's not, sometimes it's like full on scenes, but sometimes it's just like shots.
Yeah.
Like just like, whoa, what happened? Why does it look like this all of a sudden? And then just like a minute later, it goes back to how it looked before.
Yeah.
And we thought there was something weird with like, maybe this was like intentional for
Yeah,
like
that's
the
what we were
mood
thinking
of
at
the
first.
movie. Like, this is like a darker scene, but I'm like, man, this is very poorly done if that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Like it's
Wow,
way
yeah.
too obvious of a switch. But what it is they never like completely digitized
Remastered.
or remastered those parts.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So they put it on the Blu-ray, but they didn't remaster it. So you get the original look
Mhm.
of those parts, and then the rest of it is remastered. So you get a better
Yeah.
quality. So I don't know if like it's just like, man, we're just gonna be lazy and put this out and not, make it all
Yeah,
good quality,
that's
or if it's like a cool little Easter egg thing. I don't know.
that's just laziness. That's like buying a box of like puzzle pieces and like missing a few pieces, like a brand new box. Like that. Come on,
Yeah.
guys. Like this is just lazy.
Yeah.
You're gonna make people
At the
buy
same
it.
time, I don't feel like it took away too much, because it did kind of go sometimes.
It did kind of like go. That's why we were thinking like, oh, this must be intentional because of the mood of those certain parts.
Yeah.
Because it was all the second half. It was all after he became Santa.
Yeah.
And was going around killing people.
And it was like when he was like really taken over.
Yeah, when he was really
like
upset.
it was like,
Yeah.
oh man, this is like almost like we were seeing it from his eyes.
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
it felt like. Like,
Yeah, like
okay,
he was-
we're like taken into his view and how like distorted he is.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it was really like, it was a drastic change.
It was a huge change. Yeah. And so it really made you feel like, oh, wow. Okay, here we go. And then it would go back and it would get lighter. Like
Yeah.
the mood of it would get lighter.
Yeah.
The only part that I feel like it didn't match very well was in the snow. When like, I don't remember, like they were like,
Was it those two
the
kids sledding?
The kids, yeah, the
Yeah.
sledding and stuff. Yeah.
Where he cuts his head off.
Where it was like just
Oh, yeah,
because it was
that.
so like quick. It was like
Yeah.
like seconds or like minutes maybe, but like a little tiny part that
Yeah.
like changed, and it
Mhm.
was like,
Yeah.
That
it was
was
like
weird.
That scene. Yeah.
yeah.
But it was the more cheesy parts of the movie. So
Mhm.
it was already kind of comical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then it wasn't that bad. If it was part of the first half of the movie, then it would have been much worse. Because
Mhm.
those scenes were really like hard to watch. Like,
Yeah.
man, this poor kid,
Hmm.
he's going through a lot. Like his
Yeah.
grandpa just told him to,
Oh, yeah.
watch out. If you're not good all year, Santa's gonna get you. And it's
Yeah.
like, dang, grandpa. And then Santa does get him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
On the way home.
because it happened to Grandpa. Like, yeah.
Dang, man. What a coincidence.
Like that same night. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's all concerned in the car
Because
like,
he-
about Santa, like, and it was like good all year, and then Santa's right there. And
Well, and remember he like was supposed to like he was like, we have to be home so I can go to sleep.
Yeah.
Like I can't be awake.
Yeah,
and they're
he
like,
was
I don't
really
think we're gonna
concerned.
be home in time,
Yeah.
to be in bed and asleep. And so then when he wasn't able to stay asleep, that's when he sees Santa.
Yeah. It was. Yeah, imagine being that little boy.
I know.
It was rough.
I know. You
all
really
right.
feel for him.
Yeah, that's definitely a Christmas movie, so no arguments.
No
on
arguments.
that one. All right, let's get to number 3.
Okay. So much of no arguments that my number 3 is Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Wow. I didn't think it was going to be on your list.
Yes.
Oh.
I didn't think it would be on my list either because it was such a hard movie to watch at the beginning. But no, it was because it really did do such a good job, I think,
Yeah.
of like getting that message across, and like the tough parts at the beginning, like it got lighthearted, not lighthearted at the end, but like silly or
Yeah.
like
And then
ridiculous.
when he dies at the end in front of all the kids.
Oh my
he's
gosh.
like, oh, you guys are safe now, or something,
Yeah.
because Santa's dead. But then his brother
Mhm.
was there, and
Yeah.
then he looks at the nun and he says, naughty.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm guessing he's the killer in the second one, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So, I mean, you already talked about it extensively. So,
Yeah.
um,
So we did review that one back in our beginnings of the
Early days.
podcast.
but I'm not there.
Nope.
You weren't a part of that one. No. You were a part of Krampus.
Yep.
But not Silent Night, Deadly Night. So maybe next year we'll do part 2. We'll see. Because it is kind of infamous for
Yeah.
Garbage
Yeah.
Day.
Yeah. It's infamous for the wrong reasons. It's infamous
Yeah.
because it's a stupid movie, but yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I'm down,
Joel-
I'm down to watch that one. So my number 3 is Violent Night.
Oh.
We've already talked about it a little bit. I'm not gonna talk a lot, but I really like it. And yeah, I've already defended my reasons why it's on my list.
Yeah.
So
So it is official.
All right.
2 over 1.
2 over 1. 2 to
Yeah.
1. All right. Okay. Well,
Number 3 for
my
you.
number 3 is Krampus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I love it. We talked about it.
we just have the same
Krampus
movies
is
on the
cool. Like the character.
Mhm.
He's kind of cool looking. I was worried watching it that he would look kind of dumb. But they did a good job with making him like really big and intimidating, but kind of look like Santa at the same time.
Mhm.
Just like a scary version. And very like legendary. Like he was like this whole legend of Krampus was kind of interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I liked it. And the whole bell thing with the if you hear the bell, or he got the bell for the gift at the end.
Mhm.
And then they were in
Yeah.
the snow globe.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I definitely want to watch that. It is Christmas Eve to you guys, but not
Yep.
for us. So I do
You
want to
gave it
watch
away.
that. I do want to watch that before Christmas. So
All right.
there's another one I want to watch too, but Katrina's probably not gonna want to watch it with me. But we'll get to that one
Is it on your
later.
list? Okay.
Okay.
Number 2.
It's a Wonderful Knife.
Ah, that's a new one.
This is a new one. And I watched It's a Wonderful Life
Yeah.
and was able to see the references. And
Mm.
so this made it.
Okay, we haven't talked about the references,
Nope.
so we'll have to do that. I'd
Yeah.
love to hear about that.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, we reviewed that one a little while back before the 12 days. We actually posted that before the Thanksgiving episode.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
it came out
Yeah.
like before
Yeah.
even Thanksgiving came out.
That's the one that came out too soon.
That and Cobweb.
No, this one is the one that I was talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Had fun with it. Did you see it, Joel?
I did. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I was in that episode with you guys.
Yeah, I thought so.
Were you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah. No, we did it. Just me and Katrina did it because we saw it in the theater.
Oh.
And it didn't come to Shudder until
Yeah.
much
He was in
later.
Totally Killer.
Totally Killer.
It was
you were
very
part of.
kind of like
Yeah.
similar.
Yeah. Yeah, I did have a similar beat. But is this technically a Christmas movie? Could this have happened at any other time? Of the
So the defense on that is the same defense as Better Watch Out. Look at the title and look at the references.
I'm not
It is
the one.
referencing a very classic Christmas movie. So that's my argument.
I was
I
the
did think
one
about that though.
that- yeah.
Yeah.
This whole "it's got to be Christmas" was something that you
Yes,
were.
yes.
so
But I did
about.
think about that and I
So-
had my rebuttal ready.
I would say that this, even without that argument, I do feel like this is the Christmas part of this is important.
Yeah.
Because everything happens on Christmas Eve.
Oh yeah, it's happening because of Christmas.
Yeah, like she's, then the whole scene where it was like the next year where she gets like
The
workout clothes. and
yeah.
He gets a big
gets the car.
truck. And
Yeah,
I feel like Christmas was really important in this movie. So I would say
I don't know.
it's
They could've-
even without.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they could have
I think
treated
it's
her
important.
badly throughout the year.
Yeah.
It's just
But it's different because it's Christmas.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Christmas
And
was
that's
really
why
important.
he was so upset because they didn't get to the boss didn't let him have Christmas night, and so
Mhm.
then
Mhm.
that's why the whole thing started with like killing him
Killing
off
that,
and everything.
elderly man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was Christmas was a key part to that
Yeah.
movie.
So-
So
Yeah.
I
yeah, it definitely had
Gotcha.
its moments.
All right, fine, Joel. What's your number 2?
Well, I'm not arguing this is not a Christmas movie whatsoever. But it is snowy. It's
Oh,
that
gosh.
time of year. And my number 2 is The Lodge.
Oh,
interesting. See, I love that movie and I would have put it on my list, but that is by far the least Christmas movie that we've talked about
Yeah.
so far.
yes. Yes, that is very much cheating.
I'm not arguing it's
a very
not
good
a Christmas
movie.
movie, but based on
It does take
The
place during
movies-
For
Christmas
Joel,
season.
Yeah.
snowing is Christmas.
yeah, it's that
Yeah.
season.
Well, and
You're
go
oh,
ahead.
sorry. I was just say you're like really narrowing down like the movies that can be a favorite of ours. Like I don't want to put some like B-rated like movie that I really
Nutcracker.
don't like on my list just because there's no other movies. Like it's just
Jack Frost, Nutcracker
Yeah.
Massacre,
Yeah.
Santa's Sleigh.
We've seen some pretty good ones.
no. So they're my top 5 seasonal Christmas season.
Yeah.
seasonal. Well, and like a snowy movie or whatever could take place in January or February, but this
Mhm.
is either before Christmas or during Christmas because the beginning is Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yeah.
then they're
And that is why they're going to the lodge.
Yeah, they're talking about,
Mhm.
okay, we're going to get married, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
Let's
so it's a
go
Christmas movie.
have but Christmas is not,
It's not
The
a huge part.
focus.
not at all.
No.
Very good movie, though. One of my favorites of the last few years.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, and Christmas is a Christian holiday, and it is a very Christian-like
Yeah.
focused movie.
There's definitely some religious aspects.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very important part.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Good one, Joel. I mean,
Thank you.
not really, but good movie. Good movie.
Hey, I stand by my choices.
I even defended it a little bit.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
All right, Danny, number 2.
All right, this one is not debatable. This is Christmas, Bloody Christmas.
Of course.
Yeah, Santa is coming to town, and he's a robot.
Could have been Thanksgiving, Bloody Thanksgiving. Could have been enlarged turkey.
Yeah, that's true. This is such a fun movie. We reviewed it during the 12 days of Scaremas. It was our second day of Scaremas, and it's awesome. If you want to see a cool Santa going around killing people and on Christmas Eve, but he's a robot, so he's kind of like the Terminator.
Yeah.
And it's just good. It's got the red and green Christmas vibes. The main characters, I know Katrina is annoyed by
Mm-hmm.
them mostly, but the female lead. But
I mean,
I
the
like their
dialogue's
banter.
fun, but it's like it gets old.
I like their banter and stuff, so
Yeah.
I appreciated it.
It felt real, like they're
It did.
actually talking
was-
to each other, not like a
Yeah.
script. Or,
Yeah.
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 So yeah, it's a good one. It's definitely got like an 80s feel to it too,
Mm.
with like the music and stuff. So yeah, you can go watch our review on it. We did it just a little while back.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
We are at number 1.
Number one. Just came available on Blu-ray, so I'm excited. We just got it in the mail. We're going to be watching it very soon. Is The Mean One.
Nice. Yeah, that makes sense. You're any opportunity to talk about that movie, you do. So the fact it wasn't on your list.
Best
before.
Christmas movie. Absolutely.
It's definitely a Christmas movie.
Yep.
It's a very familiar tale.
Yes.
Yeah, I only watched it
And
once.
they did it fabulously.
Yeah.
Get the DVD.
I might
Blu-ray.
have to get the Blu-ray of that. for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, it's fun. Good stuff.
Yep.
David Howard Thornton plays the mean one.
Yep.
He is Art the Clown, if you didn't know that. He definitely has some Art the Clown moments in the mean one.
Yeah.
So if you appreciate his acting in Terrifier, then you'll probably appreciate it in the mean one as well.
Yeah. Very fun. Great
and if you know the
reference.
story, then it does have some of that in the movie, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Mhm. See, Winnie the Pooh, this is how you do
This is how
Yeah.
you do it.
Yeah.
This is how you do it.
Yeah. Good
Yep.
point. Good call.
Yep.
All
All
right.
right. Joel.
Number 1
So-
for Joel.
My number one is going to be Black Christmas 2019. No. The original
2019.
The-
yeah.
the original Black Christmas, because I hate
Yeah.
the 2019, and I enjoy the remake or whatever that was in 06, whatever they attempted to do, but the 1974 is just the best. It's not technically a Christmas movie either, but it's it is one that people go to. That's like their top 3 like Christmas horror movies for a lot of people. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people, it's a Christmas movie, and
Yeah.
to me, it's the best.
I think I would say it is a Christmas movie.
Yeah, Danny has been defending it for a long
It doesn't
time.
have to take place in Christmas though. It could have been
Nope.
a spring break that they were
This is true.
Yep.
that
Yep.
they were gone.
This is true.
So
But Danny has one scene.
There's one scene that is like just such a defining scene for the movie where he kills one of the sorority girls with the unicorn,
oh yeah.
Unicorn.
and the carolers are going in the background while he's like stabbing her and she's screaming, but the carolers are like kind of overpowering the sound so nobody can hear her. And that part, and because from there on it's like a pretty intense because Billy's out and he's like going
Yeah.
around and he's chasing what's her name, the main character, I can't think of her name, I should know her name. Chasing her around the house and stuff. And so it's just, I don't know, because of that part, I'm like, you couldn't have that scene really. And
Yeah.
it has such a dark feel to it because of the
Mhm.
carolers and then the dark thing that's happening.
Yeah.
It's just like this black and white, back and
Mhm.
forth kind of feel. And it makes that scene very disturbing.
So tell us your number one.
That is my number one, by the way.
When
I
you're
knew.
defending
Black
it, I
Christmas.
kind of figured it was probably going to be Black Christmas.
Yep.
Yes. It's one of, I think, the best horror movies ever.
Oh, yeah.
And for me, it's just too disturbing.
Yeah. Those phone calls, man.
It's supposed to be disturbing, and I love
Yeah.
those phone calls. It's just, I really thought the calls coming from inside the house was a different movie than that, like altogether. So like when I heard that, I was like, wow, that's actually a pretty famous line that I didn't like think was in this movie. I thought it was like When a Stranger Calls was another movie in like the
Yeah.
80s that I thought it was from, but it was
It is from
one.
that movie. When a Stranger
Well,
Calls does have that.
They
but it's
do,
not
but
originated from.
it's originated from Black Christmas. They just kind of stole it, bunch of
Yeah.
thieves. But it's a good line. It's a really good line. And the voice on the phone, like
Yeah.
even for
man.
today's standards, is creepy. Like I can't
It's
imagine
too
it back in
much.
the 70s. Like
Yeah.
like when that movie came out, it came out the same year as I think was Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
And they couldn't be
I can
any
see
more
that.
different than like I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, I think this is the original. Well, not I guess can't say original slasher because people consider Psycho slasher, but it's definitely one of the original slashers that slashers are formed from today. So
Yeah.
it's a really good movie.
Well, and I won't bash the movie itself. It's just too much for me.
Yeah.
I can't.
I remember
Watched
watching
it once
it.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
done.
I remember
Yeah.
watching it the first time. And, it's 74, so, it's an older looking movie, of course. Some of the acting is, dated for its time. The acting isn't bad, but it's just like
No.
sometimes hard for me to get into a movie when it's just dated like that. But when the phone calls start, I'm like, oh, wow. Okay. I did not expect that intense of like language and just the sound design of all the different voices and the screaming and then the baby crying, like all this stuff happening on the line. It was just like, whoa. All right.
Yeah.
There's no other movie that does it.
Yeah.
And they don't know the movie even tries to do it. So
Yeah, because they
it's
know they
definitely
can't do
an
it better than
original.
Black Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely an original for that.
Yeah.
And Jess Bradford, that's her name, the main character.
There you go.
Okay.
And so if you haven't seen it, there is a sequel that is an unofficial sequel called It's Me, Billy. Go watch that. If you like Black Christmas, the original, this is a very, very good follow-up. It's on YouTube, so you can watch it free. We actually interviewed the co-writer, director a couple years back. And it's, go listen to that episode too, because it's very informative with a lot of the, what it takes to make a movie like that. And It's Me, Billy 2 or Part 2 will be coming out, I believe, around Halloween 2024. So I believe that's what they're shooting for. So look out for that, because that's Part 2. The first part, I think, is like 40 minutes, 45 minutes, maybe. So adding the second part is going to make it a full-length
movie
film. So it'll be like still won't be an official sequel, but it'll be, it'll really go together with the original. So like some of the characters are related to the characters in the original. So definitely go watch that if you haven't seen it. And if you like Black Christmas, you'll like it. A lot of the phone calls and stuff are in it too. So and they do a good job with it.
Yeah. Can't wait for that one.
It's a good movie. Yeah. Okay, so Katrina, your number one was The Mean One.
Absolutely.
And then me and Joel had Black Christmas 1974.
Yes.
For our favorite.
Yeah.
Specify the year on that, because there's been 3.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a weird little franchise.
Yeah. It hasn't been like sequels. They were just all like remakes. Like, okay.
Yeah, but
they've continued.
But kind
like
of
stories. Yeah.
So go listen to those episodes. We did that in 2020. We did the 3 Black Christmas films, and especially the second one, the 06 version. We kind of go back and forth. Like, is this supposed to be a sequel? Is it a remake? What is this? And that one's really strange.
Yeah.
Gets into some weird territory.
Crazy. Yeah. And then there's the 2019, which we've already done an episode on, so we don't ever have to talk about it.
That one I was part of.
You were part of that one.
Yeah, the one.
And there is. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say the only one of those 3 you were part of, and
the only one.
I guess it was good though, because we kind of needed like a woman's perspective
female.
on this.
Yeah. I know that one. You definitely need the female perspective. There's also a review of The Mean One. From last year, and it is absolutely fabulous. Didn't we have
Stephen LaMorte, I think is his name. The director,
Steve LaMorte. We had him on, and it was super cool to be able to talk to him about it and tell him how amazing he did at this movie. The references, and just like, you can't say what this movie is referencing because he doesn't have that copyright, but if you know who the Mean One is, then and he does such a fabulous job with playing on that. So
all right, cool. Well, hey, thanks for hanging in there with us through the 12 days of Scaremas.
Yes.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
And now, for the next episode, you'll get to hear us talk about the upcoming horror films for 2024. So look out for that. There's quite a handful, so that'll be a fun episode.
There's a lot. There's a lot coming out. And I'm sure I'm missing like 50.
There's a lot coming out that we already know about. So go look out for that one. That should be on January 1st, and we're going to be getting into the new year.
Yeah.
We got a couple January movies, I believe, coming out already.
Yep.
So
we're ready.
All right. Yeah.
All right. This has been Scare Talk.
Sleep tight.
Don't let
Billy
bite.